It's R&R Week! That's right, all week long we are celebrating our friends over at R&R. We're posting some awesome videos that they've sent us, we're going to be playing some games ourselves, and I thought we could kick the whole week off with an interview with the president and founder, Frank DiLorenzo, and his brother Dan, who's the director of sales at R&R. We discuss everything about the history of the company, what kind of games they produce, and a bit about the mystery behind their name. And here we are with Frank and Dan DiLorenzo. How's it going today, guys?
It's good.
Yeah? All right. So we're talking about R&R Games. Do you mind just kind of introducing yourselves and your role in the company real fast?
Yeah, I'm Frank DiLorenzo, the founder and president of R&R Games.
And I'm Dan. I work handling the sales.
Fantastic. All right. Well, then I'm going to throw it out to you first, Frank. Can you kind of just give us a bird's eye view of what R&R Games is?
Well, we're a game company, a game publisher. We started back in 1996 with one game designed by me and grew it to a couple games the next year, a few more games the next year, and then it just kept taking off from there. And now we have published well over 100 different games and going on strong for many years now. But we try and run the gamut between, family games, party games, strategy games, kids games, sports games. I mean, we try and do as many different types and variety as we can. Something for the whole family.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Okay, so can you dive a little bit deeper into that history of how you started? So what was the first game you guys made? You made, I should say.
It was Riddles and Riches. It was a treasure hunt game, which is kind of fun.
Fantastic.
And I did it because I was just bored at the time, and I've always designed games since I was a kid. And I made this one game, and all my friends were like, "Oh, you should get it published." And I'm like, "Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll try and get it published." Could not get it published. Then I figured out, maybe I'll publish it myself and see how it does.
Yeah.
That's what started it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So Dan, how did you get wrapped up in all this?
About 14 years ago, I'm an insurance agent, and I started to wind down my business, and I've been in sales my entire life, so I started friends and things.
Fantastic. Sorry, you kind of cut out a little bit there, right near the end.
Okay. Again, we're still in this massive storm here, but can you guys hear the thunder here? Because it's ridiculous here how loud it is.
No, actually, we can't. Yeah, I can't hear any of it.
But anyway. Oh, okay. All right. But so that's how I got involved, just to help out with sales, and I also enjoy playing games, and so for me to go around and talk to people about these kind of games, it's been fun.
All right. Okay, so I got to start. Let's start at the beginning. All right. What was the game that you played that, like, somehow the bug that bit you? What was it that got you into games, that made you know that that's what you wanted to do?
Well, we played games constantly when we were kids. I mean, all the time, I mean, there was always some type of game. If it wasn't a board game, it was a card game. We did a lot of games. So everyone enjoyed games in the family. And, there was, it wasn't until the 1990s that some really cool new games started coming out. Yeah. And that's, kind of what I think sparked some of that. But to me, it was always like, I just wanted to make my own games, and I made games, and we played our games, and we played my games, and eventually I got one made that really was a hit.
Just took off.
Exactly.
That's great. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so then let's go into the company now. As you pointed out, you have a wide range of games, like
Right.
family games, strategy games, party games. You're going all over the board. So how do you determine what you're going to make next?
When we find something really fun and easy to teach and easy for people to get into, that's all we really look for. It's like, something that we know we can just quickly get people going on, and it becomes, something that they think, I got to have that.
Okay, so how does your process work then? Do you mostly, like attend toy fairs and try and find other game creators, or
We do. We've attended many trade shows and toy fairs over the years. A little bit less now than we used to, but at most of them, I encounter designers who want to shift me to see their stuff. So I'll take a look. It's primarily what I do at the toy fair. But we also have an open door policy, so people can send us their games, and we go looking through those. And every year we do extensive play testing with a huge network of people that we use. And if things go well with that, then it may become something that we want to publish.
fantastic. All right. So to anyone out there watching, if you have a game, send it R&R's way and take a look at it.
Absolutely.
Oh, Joe, one thing I want to comment too is we look for unique mechanisms in the game.
Okay.
So a lot of times people show us a game, and we're usually one of the first publishers to bring it to market to a particular mechanism that is unique and hasn't been seen yet. And then what typically happens is that there's a lot of copycats out there. And I don't know, I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm just saying that people see that the mechanism is so unique. A lot of other publishers find games and incorporate that same mechanism. But
Sure.
that's something that we look for, is look for something that's unique in the marketplace.
That's great. I love that because and there's so much, there's so many games out there. And so many of them use kind of the similar sets, and it's just kind of either the story behind the game or the clever twist on it that they do that makes it different. So hearing that you're searching for those new unused mechanisms and trying to be the first ones to use them, that's very commendable, especially in today's market. That's so
It's tricky to find, though. It's not easy.
I believe it. I believe it. Okay, so then, so tell me about your playtesting then. You said you have a wide range of network. I imagine you have to be, because, if you guys specialize in just kids games, then yeah, you got.
No, yeah, it's all ages, all different walks of life, and we built it up over the years. And it's a crucial tool for us, without a doubt, because we need that kind of feedback in order to know what the real market would, what their response would be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what do you have? Are there any new games that you guys are releasing in 2024, or that you already have released in 2024?
Well, we released Scorecards earlier this year. That's a new Mike Fitzgerald game. And we're about to release the Rajas of the Ganges card game, which is really cool. So those are two card-oriented games, but a lot of fun, both of them.
So you two are brothers. How is it like running this family game business?
It's it's a business, and we all have things that we do, but we everyone works together when it comes to like in getting involved in development projects, and we all know certain things that we are looking for, and we all participate in testing at some point.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. How are there any other family members
Actually,
wrapped up in this?
Not directly, no.
Okay.
Just indirectly.
What were you going to say, Dan?
So an interesting point is one of the new games we have coming out next year was actually play tested by members of your team at the New York Toy Fair. It's called Hide Cecilia. Yeah.
Okay.
So Ashley and Ben played it, and they were they had the same reaction we had. They're like, wow, this is a lot of fun. And so that game is currently in play testing right now. And hopefully that'll be ready for spring of 2025.
Fantastic. Well, actually summer, but yeah.
I'm sure we'll be buying it and stocking it on our shelves because Ashley came back and was raving about several games that she played and was like, oh, you gotta try this, and so I'm excited to get around to that when it finally does get released.
Cool.
Okay, so I don't want to take too much more of your guys' time, but I'm curious. So you started the company what year?
1996.
1996. Wow. So in those 28 years, and this is going to go to both of you. I mean, I know. I think Dan said he wasn't quite all of the 28 years.
No, he hasn't been there as long as I have. So,
but in those 28 years, what are you most proud of with R&R Games?
Wow. Probably, I would say probably Time's Up. It's been our #1 selling game for a long time.
Yeah.
It's sold millions of times up, and many people have copied it, but it's still going strong. I just enjoy all the new stuff and the different types of games. I'm excited about new games that we're about to release, like the one that's coming up hopefully soon, Ninth Circle. I'm really excited about that one. So, yeah, that's my take. I don't know what Dan might think.
Dan, what are you most proud of?
My favorite game would be Hanabi. Hanabi is a game that we brought on in 2013, and it's done extremely well. But it's in a game that's accessible to all types of people. It's really simple, but it's complex as you play it because there's many layers to it. So it's a game that I can literally teach people to get everyone playing in 2 to 3 minutes, and yet it's different every time you play it. So
that's fantastic, and I do love those kind of games.
There is one other thing that I should have thought about, but one thing that I am really excited about is all the hidden hunts that we have in our games.
Yeah, okay. So you briefly mentioned something about this before I started recording. What are these? You've got scavenger hunt or treasure hunts? What is this?
So that's the other thing I've done since I was a kid is I always designed treasure hunts. And there was a part of R&R where we did that for corporations for team building.
Oh, really?
For quite a while. But then the games took off so much that we focused on the games. But I love treasure hunts. And so I've been building treasure hunts into the games for years. And I created the name of the company as the biggest treasure hunt of all. So
if someone's curious about these treasure hunts, how would they go about?
There's several different ways to find out about them. I mean, obvious way is to go to our website. At the bottom, there's something called Hidden Hunts, and that'll basically give you everything you need to know about them. But there are prizes for every single one of these hunts. So people have won cash, they've won trips, they've won, merchandise. And some of the prizes are huge, some are not so huge. Depends on the difficulty of the particular hunt.
Sure.
But obviously the biggest prize is if you solve what R&R stands for.
So how long has that? So
that has been since I founded the company.
Yeah. Okay.
I did it, as the first thing when I created the name of the company.
So if you hear that, everyone, figure out what R&R stands for, and you never know what you'll.
It's not as easy as people think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard almost every answer under the sun. Every now and then, someone comes up with something new that I've never heard. But
what are some of your favorite guesses you've had?
Well, I mean, you get all the obvious ones, like, it means riddles and riches. No, it doesn't.
I mean, that was the first thing that came to my head, but I wasn't going to say it on the camera just in case.
Yeah, rest and relaxation is another #1 answer, which is on a perfectly serviceable answer. Sure. It makes sense, but that's not what it is.
No. All right.
Not Reading Railroad either.
All right. This one goes out to either or both of you. My final question, I'll let you guys go, get back to it. I know you're busy. What does the future of R&R games look like?
It's it's right now it's pretty much the same. We're just building lots of more fun new games, and that's our focus has been for a while. It's what we enjoy, and we intend to keep going as we have. I mean, there's a lot of games we have that we haven't even produced yet.
Yeah.
So we sit on quite a number of different games, and we look for the opportune moment for some of them. We look at development for some because they come in and they need some work. We have spent a long time on Ninth Circle. It's been 5 years, but we continuously have been improving it and improving it and improving it. We actually pulled it back from release this year because we came up with an astounding new idea for it. And I'm so excited, but I don't want to say anything yet about it because it's so exciting.
Of course.
But, it's very unique, and I think it really perfects the game. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Dan, anything else you want to add about the future of R&R?
Well, there are so many games that are released every year that one of the things that I started working on 4 years ago is I started creating smaller game groups in libraries and in schools, because when you say you're a gamer, it means a certain thing in this industry, but really gaming is for everybody. And I had a lot of success up in New England where I used to live, and so I'm looking forward to doing the same thing down here, because I brought out a game that we published in 2014, and it was like people had never heard of this game and seen it before, and it started to take off again, and so it's cyclical. And so you can go back in time when you find new people who really are afraid to enter the world of gaming because they think it's too much for them, or they're not going to be social enough. When in reality, the game is open to everybody. As long as everybody's willing to just have fun, it's there. And then the other highlight is last year or this year, we released a game, Time's Up Family. And Time's Up is our #1 seller, but it was never able to be played by young people for a variety of reasons. But now we're getting a lot of people that are saying, wow, this is amazing. I can finally play one of my favorite games with my kids now, because Time's Up Family is using everyday words like toasters or sneakers and skateboards and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what's exciting, is the evolution of a game that's either new or even old. When people discover it, it's new to them. So
there you go. Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you so much, gentlemen, for sitting down and talking with me. Frank, it's a pleasure. Dan, it's a pleasure. I hope you get out of that storm soon. Get your connection back running strong.
As we're sitting here, there's another AT&T truck pulling up next to somebody who just moved in. So how they're getting service when they're on strike and I don't get service is beyond me.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen, for taking the time to talk with me. I'm excited to share all the cool stuff that you guys have with our audience, and share some videos of your products with our audience. And yeah, thank you so much.
All right, super. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Hey, did you like that video? Why not run down there and give it a little like, or write in the comments what you liked about it. Better yet, you could hit this button right here to subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with all our fun videos. Speaking of those fun videos, you can click right here to watch some of them, huh? And if you're watching this on your phone and I'm just kind of doing this and there's no buttons over there, just use your imagination. Okay, bye, love you.